Sweet. Well, welcome everybody. This is our Team Good Vibe Tribe call. My slides are a little funny. I just got done saying that my computer croaked earlier this week. So the Mac store did an awesome job at recovering my computer, but unfortunately everything that was on my computer went away. And that means all my programs. So now I'm looking at everything very different and I'm having to figure it out as I go. Kind of like our business. You just kind of pick up the pieces and figure it out as you go. So welcome all you guys to the team call. Welcome to all you guys that are brand new on the team. You've made such an awesome decision to be a Team Beachbody and a Good Vibe Tribe coach. So the best way for those newbies to get started, your best bet is to just start your Beachbody challenge. Get on Beachbody On Demand, start those workouts, whatever your coach, your sponsor coach had suggested you start with. That's where you begin. Drink your Shakeology report or your performance every single day like it's your JOB, because it is now. Complete the first 30 action plan under the training tab in your coach online office and go through the welcome email that your coach sent you. So Team Beachbody sends you the first 30 action plan. It's a little video from Jeff Hill. They direct you into the coach online office to complete that. There is a sample in our team files if your coach doesn't send you one that gives you kind of an outline that can help you get your first steps, I guess, with it. I know I generally send everybody a welcome email as well with some other attachments on what to do at the beginning of your business. So make sure you're getting on a GSR. That stands for Getting Started Right. Get on a call with your coach and have them really understand what your goals are, what your interest level is in coaching, so they're able to match your pace and plug you into the things that you want to get plugged into. Hit Success Club 6 in your first month and every month as a coach. So Success Club 6 is just helping 3 people get started on a challenge, whether they're a challenger or whether they enroll as a coach with their challenge pack. It doesn't matter. You get 2 points per Success Club points per challenge pack, or 2 points per Shakeology home direct order. So help 3 people hit Success Club 6. If you want to earn income faster, you're going to help more people, more money. So make it your non-negotiable to do that every single month. If you do that in the first, second, and third month of your business, you're going to become a success starter and earn a ticket to Coach Summit 2019. That's our largest coaching event of the year. Your first month with Beachbody is considered the month you enroll in, or the month after. So if you guys enrolled at the end of last month, you still have this entire month. That's considered your first Beachbody month. Make sure you're doing the vital behaviors. That's to invite, to be a product of the product, personal development, and recognition. If you've never heard of personal development before, talk to your coach about what that is. You're gonna stick your nose in a book or audio for 10 minutes a day. It's how you improve yourself and also how you learn to run your business and run your body, like the compound effect. Advanced to Emerald, you can do that by helping 2 people get started just like you got started. And make sure you're in our Coach 10-day Coach Bootcamp if you're a newer coach or if you're a coach that's just getting interested in your business now. That's happening now. Megan Holmes and Courtney Burton are leading this month, and it just kicked off yesterday, so it's not too late to join. Make sure to reach out to your sponsor coach. You guys, everything is posted in the Soul Warriors team page. So you can just go there, make that part of your power hour to check in there every single day, scroll the wall, look in the photos, check out and make sure you haven't missed anything. I want to shout out everybody that hit Success Club last month because we had a rocking month. I don't know where I ended because I whipped this board out so fast, but I was somewhere here near the top. So SE10, Moira Kasabe, 56. So this is 10 or higher, 56. Erin Hopkins, 34. Jolie McLeod, 26. I think I was around 26. Jessica Griffin, 22. Courtney Burton, 22. Mark Maniscalco and Lauren Maniscalco. So that's like one person working for 2 people, 20 and 20. Mary Catherine Wright, 18. Margaret Schwenke, 18. Andrea Proctor, 18. Kelly Zielinski, 16. Adrienne Kina, 16. Heather Guthrie, 16. Cece Davis, 16. Kendra Close, 16. Shannon Plumbon, 14. Erin Kirkpatrick, 14. Kara Stewart, 12. Megan Seibel, 12. Hannah Roberts, 12. Katie Moore, 12. Also at 12, Megan Holmes, Susan Doyle, Brittany Corbett, and at 10, Holly Steer, Dee Shuttleworth, Cheryl Sellers, Sarah Rumi, Daniel Porter, Angela Laganis. I think I spelled your name wrong last week too, sorry. May Hines, 10 at 10, Heidi Howe, Laura Hansel, and Bethany Brodigan. Sorry, these slides are so weird and I have to scroll. Those of you 5 or higher at 8, Christy Whitaker, Jennifer Towner, Kristen Ryerson, Shannon Windsor, Maggie Marlowe, Ashley Mag, Heather Swear, Catherine Howell, Angela Fox, Jennifer Fisher. Wow, you guys. Laura Fellini, Kathy Doyle, Christy Campbell, Courtney Brady, and at 6, Kristen Zalesnik, Ashley Wiley, Terry Whalen, Elizabeth Usher, Rachel Throz, Lisa Suela, Carly Jo Smith, Alex Smethurst, Rick Proctor, Noel Pease, Don Palito, Rochelle O'Leary, Holly Myers, Leah Morrison, Jesse Maher, Ricky Kui Kendall, Parks King, Jennifer Hines, Holly Harris, Michelle Harris, Christy Goforth, Jordan Farragher, Carrie Crowther, Kristen Calvert, Bethany Bubenzer, Ellen Browen, Sarah Beaver, Ashley Allen, and Ann Alexander. Well, that is a mouthful, you guys. That is a serious tongue twister. Congratulations to you guys. These people are rocking. This is where you guys want to be. If you're new on this call, you've got to get on the Success Club board. This shows that you're moving your business forward. You're helping new people every single month. You're making a difference in somebody else's lives, and you're earning an income for yourself. You're building a business. So those of you already on the Success Club board this month, I mean, wow, we're only, 3 days into the month? I'm at 6. Sarah Roberts is at 4, Jennifer Towner 4, Rachel Lohr 4, India's at 4, and there's a bunch of you at 2 as well. Daniel, Christy, Lisa, Bethany, Courtney, Ashley, Suzanne, Mary, Jolie, Donna, Courtney, Rachel, Amy, Jennifer, Carly, Joe, Cece, Jennifer, other Jennifer, Natalia, Noel, Kim, Paul, Stacy, Adrienne, I gave you 2 eyes, Tammy, Christy, and Margaret Schwenke. Congratulations, you guys. It's awesome to start your month strong. It's something you want to do. You want to be working at the end of the month to line up Success Club for the top of the month so you're not stressing it at the end, and you can work all month long to pump your well and build for next month. Top producer this past week, Moira Casaba with 1,429 PV. That's bananas. So you guys, top producer, top coach, this stands for your personal volume. Personal volume is anything that you purchase for yourself from your Beachbody store. But let's be real, it's probably like Shakeology or something like that. That's maybe 90 PV. And it also makes up all of your customers' orders. So this has nothing to do with what your coaches get, but this is what your customers get. So this shows that these individuals have customers coming in the door, new customers, customer retentions. They're adding value to, their challenge groups and teaching why it's important to stay on Shakeology and about our boost line and our performance line and about the different things that you want to stay in good standing as a client with. So myself in the 1000 Club, Jolie McLeod 1000 Club, Aaron Hopkins 1000 Club, 900 Club, Jacqueline Hughes 800 Club, Aaron Kirkpatrick 700 Club, Margaret Schwenke, Moira actually is in 700 Club, 400 Club, and 300 Club in 3 of her different business centers. So she's basically she has 3 business centers, and she's doing in each one what I say, quote unquote, normal coach does, right? Like even more than a normal coach. She's got a crazy awesome business. 500 Club, Heather Guthrie, Megan Seibel, 400 Club, Bethany Brodigan, Laura Hansel, Megan Holmes, Jessica Griffin, Lee Whitaker, Megan Hannard, 400 Club continued, Jen Hines, Lisa Slayla, Jennifer Fisher, 300 Club, Holly Harris, Christy Whitaker, Carrie Crowther, Cece Thompson, Kristen Zalesnik, Daniel Coombs, Christine Copeland, Pamela Delgra, and Carly Mahone. Congratulations, you guys. Again, you want to be on these boards. We have new emeralds in the past 2 weeks because we didn't do boards last week. So Stacy went emerald this past week. The week before, Jordan went emerald. Congratulations to both of you guys. Emerald is such an important mile marker in your business, and it's something that you should just hammer out in your very first couple days or in your first week if you're serious about moving your business forward. So it's simply getting customers enrolled as coaches, just like you. So pay it forward. Give somebody else the opportunity to be part of these team calls, to be part of our team culture, to get 25% in discounts or the opportunity to earn their Shakeology or anything else for free by helping a couple people, or to earn an income, right? So easiest way to do that is sign up your spouse on one leg if you have a spouse. If you don't, sign up your mom, dad, whatever. If you have a spouse, sign up your mom, dad, whatever on the opposite leg. If you signed up your mom or dad on one leg, then you would sign up the other person on the other leg, like your sister, brother, whatever. So that's the easiest way to do it. I know in the very beginning for me, it was mom, and I think it was Andy, or it might have been Jacqueline and mom. I can't really remember, but it was a family member, and it was like Jacqueline in the beginning. So I'm blessed that she's still here with us. So new Ruby on our team, Carrie Crowther. She's going to be diamond like any freaking day. I don't even know if she's seen this because she's vacationing right now in Puerto Vallarta because I stalk her on her social media. Super proud of you, Carrie. It's been really fun to watch you grow. So when you're Emerald, you guys not only are going to get your 25 to 40% commissions, but you're also going to get a $14 cycle bonus. When you advance to Ruby, it means not only do you have 4 coaches on your team, 2 on each leg minimally, but one of your coaches on each leg is an Emerald. And this is really important because it shows that you're creating duplication, and our business is a business of duplication. That's really all it is. It's a rinse and repeat business. So she stepped into her $16 cycle bonus, which is fantastic. And probably in another week or so, she's going to be diamond and she'll be at her $18 cycle bonus. We have our first superstar 15-star diamond on our entire Set Your Soul on Fire team. She's probably the 3rd on maybe the 4th on the entire Empire team. There are not, I think in the 10 years that Beachbody has been in existence, there may be 50 to 60 superstar diamonds. I'm not quite sure how many there are, but you can go in the Coach Online office and check it out under recognition. So 15-star diamond, superstar diamond means you have at least 15 diamond coaches in your first business center. But they make it tricky in the sense that you have to have like a certain amount on each leg. So you'll see as you advance your business a lot, you never know where your leaders are going to land. So you can be really off. That means she has more than 15 diamonds in her organization. She has 3 business centers. She enrolled as a coach 3.5 years ago. You guys, she's bypassed me as far as rank, even though I sponsored her. So you guys have to understand, your success in this business is not dependent on who enrolled you, your sponsor coach, or any of that. Your success in this business is solely dependent on you. There's a saying, what is it, from Zig Ziglar, that like, if you help other people become successful, you will absolutely be as successful, or you can have anything you want in life. I think that's what he says. Like, if you help other people get successful, you can have anything you want in life. And that's the reality. And I'll tell you about Moira. You guys know her, but if you're on this call and you're new to the team, what you will find out about her is she is a busy mom. She makes no excuses. She works really, really hard. She's very driven. She leads with heart. She's insanely passionate. And she's giving. She's insanely giving of her time and her energy to everyone. So I'm just so proud of you, Moira. You guys are always going to see a lot of her, but this is like the biggest deal you can have in the Beachbody world. So huge congratulations to you, Moira. A couple must-knows, and then we'll just roll it into some chat, some banter today to help you guys come over any hurdles that you're dealing with. So 2-week entrepreneurial training started April 1st. That's just, 2 days ago? So you can still jump in. It really kind of kicked off 2 days ago. First topic was really yesterday. So you must have enrolled 4 coaches in March to qualify. We made that a qualification because entrepreneurial training is a more advanced training. You want to have a downline. You want to have a team. We're going to get into topics that aren't really worth your time unless you're in that space. And I will tell you, if you have goals to build your business to Star Diamond, Multi-Star Diamond, Premier, Elite, you guys need to be enrolling at least 4 coaches a month. And that doesn't mean it has to be 4 coaches that want to work the business, but you have to get your challengers at least to be enrolled as a coach so that you can be building the legs of your business and you can start to build a team. There's also in the US and Canada, $20 off any of the mega and completion packs this month. And in the UK, they extended the UK promo all the way to April 30th, which was last month's promo, that the challenge packs that are 160 pounds or higher are discounted by 20 pounds. Super Saturday is April 7th. You guys need to go. When I say you need to go, it's like this is a non-negotiable. It needs to be treated like actually a really, really super important business meeting that you'd get fired if you don't get to. And some of them are going to be really close to you. Some of them may not. I know for me, my first one was about 2 hours away. I had just recently come off back surgery. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do it. And I understood. My sponsor coach kept saying, I get it if you can't go, but this is one of the most important things that you do in your business. You've got to get to live events. And I was very serious about my business, so I made it a non-negotiable. I went, and it was the most amazing experience that I could have had. It really brings what we do to light. You connect with real, authentic people, like not computer people, right? Like we're on the computer all the time. We feel like we're on these isolated islands, that we have these virtual friends or what have you. But you're going to be there with other coaches that have had huge transformation stories, who have excelled in their business, and they're going to give you tips. You're going to learn about everything that's coming out. with Beachbody On Demand. And I'm going to tell you, there's some really, really big things happening that you guys want to be on the front end of. You don't want to be the last person like, oh my gosh, I heard something about that and I missed it and I'm trying to catch up now. No. Go to Super Saturday, learn all about it. We're going to have different tabs on Bob's. We're going to have a nutrition tab. We're going to have a VIP thing. It's not going to be all access anymore. There's so much you need to learn, and you need to get to Super Saturday to learn it. Also, our beach bars are releasing on the 7th. That's our Beachbody snack bars. So those are wholesome, convenient, and satisfying 150 calorie snack bars, 10 grams of protein, 6 grams of sugar. I've had both flavors. They are bomb. Some of the Super Saturdays, they're going to be giving them away for trial. I know out here in San Diego, my friend that's putting the Super Saturday together, she's ordering a bunch of beach bars. So we need everyone in San Diego to buy your Super Saturday tickets so we know how many beach bars to get. So that is, just so you know, the beach bars are HD-able. I'm making that a verb, HD-able. So those of you that are like stocked and locked and you don't need any more Shakeology, but you need your 90 PV. You guys have to have 90 PV every single month to get Success Club qualified. If you don't know that, listen up, because this is where people miss the mark. You need to get a personal order of 90 personal volume points every single month if you want to be Success Club qualified. Why do you want to be Success Club qualified? Everything from getting on the boards, getting the Success Club prizes, qualifying for the Success Club trip, qualified for preferred seating, qualification for getting the Success Club All-Star Legend. So qualified seating would be like preferred seating would be at Summit and other events. Believe me, if you want to build a business and you want that recognition, and believe me, you do, you need to be hitting Success Club every single month. So make sure you get your 90 PV on Home Direct. It can't just be not on Home Direct. You don't have to get the second shipment. You can get a box of 3 is going to be 90 PV. And if you decide you don't need any more, then the next month you can swap it out to another 90 PV order. But get on top of that, get your beach bars on order. They're going to be a really big boom for our business. And the network was really, or the HQ was really thinking about the network when they put that together. So I skipped over the April Success Club reward. If you hit Success Club last month and you're hitting it again in April, and you have a cumulative Success Club point build of at least 20 points over the 2 months, you're going to get a ticket to the Success Club party at Summit. Believe me, you want to get to that. You don't want to go to Summit and then be like, oh man, I didn't get into the party. Like, the party's awesome. You want to go. It's where you're going to meet everybody. So get your tickets for Summit at CoachSummit.com. Do not skip Summit. You guys can shack up together and 4 in a room, make it happen. It is the biggest coaching event of the year. You cannot miss it. Success Trip earners, those of you that are coming to the Riviera Maya with me, coming up here in 2 weeks, you guys, less than 2 weeks, like 13 days and we're leaving. Those of you that are going, make sure you book your ground transportation. Beachbody has sent us the link. If you're not getting the email updates, check your junk mail. But you only have until the 8th of this month to book your ground transportation with them. And because we're traveling to Mexico, you guys, don't try to book things that you don't know. You know, like Mexico is a third world country, and there's a lot of, or a second world country, but let's just say it's not always the safest. It will be safe once you're in a resort, as long as you're careful, right? Like, you've got to be careful when you guys travel. For those of you, I mean, most of you know this, but for those of you that have never traveled internationally before, you want to use all of the services that we have. Even last year, me and some of the girls stayed, and we left Punta Cana, and we stayed in an Airbnb, and there just happened to be a natural disaster that day. We had no access to transportation, no access to food, no access to clean water. It was a big freaking deal when you got 4 girls stranded basically in the middle of a flood and can't get anywhere. And we didn't have any services. We didn't have any concierge to help us. We didn't have any internet. We didn't have any phone. So you bring all these things thinking you're going to have a great experience, you know. So just make sure you book your transportation ahead of time. Also, those of you going, you want to make sure you hit Success Club 10 before the 10th so you can get a photo op with a celebrity trainer. And lastly, so you know, To Be Mindset is launching in May. Okay, I jammed through that, and yeah, it still took like 20 minutes. Man, that stuff takes time. So that's me. This is who I am. For those of you that haven't met me, I think most of you on the line have, but just in case you're listening to the replay and you're new to the team, again, welcome. My name is Meredith Ganal. I founded Team Soul Warriors and became a coach 4.5 years ago. I'm a 4-time elite, 4-time top 100 coach, SC10 All-Star Legend for, I want to say, 48 months. just like it was like last couple months back. I hit 8. It killed me. So now I'm an SC All-Star Legend for 52 months. I was a National Wake Up Call presenter, and I don't know, there's probably something else, but it's really weird to edify yourself. Like, let me just talk about what I've done. But I am really proud about what I've done, right? Like, I'm super, super proud. I've worked really, really hard for my business. But, okay, so I told some of you guys before you got on the line tonight, like, just like you, right? I'm no different than you is what you got to get. Like, I am super busy trying to do what we all call phase 1, which is running our business, not running a team, not doing like team calls. Like, that's a part of your business. But the biggest part of your business, like 95% of your business, is what we call phase 1. And that is recruiting, talking to people, marketing, inviting, following up, all of those things, right? And those things, as you know, take time. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm super busy doing it right now. So today's been kind of a madhouse. So I don't have a specific topic for tonight's call, but I had asked in the team page and I got very little response. And I asked again here, and let's see if anybody responded. But I wanted to hear how to get, oh good. I wanted to hear, and so if you guys just got on, you can put this in the box. I wanted to find out what you guys need help with. Like, where are you stuck? What are your roadblocks? What would it help you, for me, to talk about tonight? So let me look at what you guys have written in the box. And if you didn't write yet and you have stuff you want to know, please write it in the box so I know what to talk about. One was how to get out of a slump after hearing no's and losing steam. Carrie asked one leg, and I don't know what that means. So Carrie, if that's something specific, you can write me back. Okay, so thanks, you guys. There's like, you guys have given me nothing to go on. Like, seriously, you guys, there's 20 people on this call, and you guys are just gonna, this is your opportunity to pick. I'm like, again, it's like, I hate to edify myself, but you have a top coach sitting in front of you that's been a top coach for 4.5 years that you could pick her brain and ask any question, and you're not asking questions. Like, you gotta wonder, like, if you're stuck and you're on a call, like, what are you doing? What are the questions? How about finding other people who are, oh, look, here comes some questions. How about finding other people who are coachable and ready to run with the business right out of the gate? That was one. I want accountability for Jogger Tracker. I want accountability for Jogger Tracker, 100 Bubble Tracker, direct to this to upline. Okay. Okay, can you guys give me something to train you on? Some of these questions, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions that are there, and then we'll just see where it organically goes from here. So I really like this first question from Taylor about how to get out of a slump after hearing no's and losing steam, because Fatima had asked earlier on the team page, she said, you know, how do you connect with people when they keep saying yes and then they keep ghosting you? Like, what am I doing wrong, sort of thing. Here's what you guys need to understand. In this business, you're going to hear no more than yes. You're going to hear no a lot, or you're going to hear crickets a lot. And that doesn't mean, it's nothing against you. It has nothing to do with you at all. The reality is when you invite somebody, you're inviting them based off of your agenda, right? You're not inviting them because they reached out to you and said, you know, hey, what's this thing you're doing? Generally, you're going through a list of individuals that you have written down that you want to invite to do a challenge with you, and you're inviting them based on your agenda. So could divine timing be right for them right now? Perhaps. Perhaps it's not at the top of their priority list to take care of themselves. As you know, there are certain months, certain times where you're gung-ho on taking care of yourself, and there are other times where you let things go, right? So you can't expect everybody to say yes. And the reality is more people are going to say no than yes. If you talk to 100 people, you will probably get some maybes, some give me more information, a lot of, actually talk to 100 people, you know, that would not even include the people that are ghosting you or haven't responded. But you're going to get if you're going to talk to 100 people and have a hardcore one-on-one conversation, you're going to hit Success Club, right? But you can't expect that everyone that says yes is going to pull through. And if you're hearing no's, you've got to get used to it. Read the book, The Go-Giver. That's a great book. Go for No is a great book. And you have to kind of flip your perspective on what the no is, because the no is not it's not like no, never. It's not a judgment on you, right? Like people ask me if I want stuff all the time. Like what, you're in a restaurant and somebody asks you if you want something. Do you want a soda? No. It's not that you're mad about it. Do you want coffee? No. Like you don't want it. It's not what you want in that time. It doesn't mean you're going to not want it later. And the reality is most people in this day and age need to hear things at least 17 times before they're going to pull a trigger. They need to be presented whatever it is. Most of the people that enroll with me, I will tell you, a lot of women that I connect with will tell me they've been following me for a year and a half. A lot of them I've talked to multiple times. So you're going to hear no more than yes, and you've just got to get used to it. Reading personal development is going to help you. Going to our live events and actually connecting with people that have had transformation stories so you can see how much this deeply impacts them is going to help you. But you've got to keep what's between your ears sharp. And if you are, then that's fine. And then it should be fine. Like the no's shouldn't bother you. You just need to move forward. You can't try to drag people along. Either it's a yes, it's a maybe, it's a I'll check in with you later, or you're moving on. So like Fatima, for you, when you said I've got so many amazing people who say they're ready for it and then they won't pull the trigger, and I have these links out. What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. Has nothing to do with you. You just need to move forward and keep talking to more people. I don't generally send my links out. I don't do a share cart until I've had like a committed answer to them. Like once I've got, like if I've gone through, when I say my scripts, I can go through my process as well. When I say my scripts, I go through everything. I present exactly what it is. I present the costs. I present what flavors of Shakeology there are. I present their options. They know everything. And I always tell them, if there's any hesitation, let me know what it is, or let's get on the phone and talk through it. I talk to if you want to close, you got to get on the phone. Just going to let you know, like I close deals because I'm on the phone with people and they hear that I'm good for it and they know exactly what they're going to get from me. But once I get their committed, whatever it is, they've told me exactly what they want. They told me what Shakeology want. Then I send the link. So I don't generally have a lot of links floating out at all. And if you follow up with someone, if you have a link out and you follow up with them, you've just got to let them know, hey, this is what I always do. If there's links out, if there's something out, if people aren't answering me, it's just a quick follow-up. I re-forward them the last email and I say, hey, I just wanted to bump this back up in your inbox. I know how important your goal of XYZ was to you. And we're getting started on Friday or whatever it is. Do you still want the space I held for you, or should I give it to somebody else? Or I know how these get buried in your inbox over the weekend. I wanted to bump this back up because I know how important your goal of XYZ was to you. Are you still interested? Right? Like if they're not answering me after that, I'm going to follow up and basically say, I get it. I'm going to follow up and say, hey girl, hey, I don't know if you got my last couple messages. I hope you did. I'm going to assume right now is not a great time, which I totally get. Timing is everything. Would it be okay if I follow up with you next month when I run my next challenge? Whether I get an answer or not, they're on my follow-up list. A lot of times people will finally write back and go, oh my God, thank you so much. I would love if you could check in with me. And if somebody writes you and they say they're doing a different program, like I've had people say, I can't do this. I'm doing a running training. I'm doing this, that, and the other. I just hired a running coach. I'll simply write them and say, that is fantastic. Congratulations. Would it be okay if I follow up with you in a month from now and see how your training is going with your new coach? That's all. And they're like, of course, absolutely. So then in a month, I can just send them a little note and say, hey girl, you were on my mind today. I know that you've been training with your new coach. How is it going? How are you feeling? Right? It's a simple follow-up. And she's either going to say, it's going great. I love it. I'm right on track. And I'm going to say, awesome. And she's going to go on my follow-up list for maybe in a couple months from now. Or she's going to say, I'm still struggling. And then I'm going to say, well, I've got another group coming up. So that's kind of how I handle those two situations. With the no's, you just have to let go of. Not everybody is going to sign up. And okay, so the other question. Okay, so Carrie Moscow, you meant to get a family member or spouse on the program? Yes, so you got two legs of your business. I always say it looks like a Christmas tree. So your business looks like this. You're at the top and you have a leg and a leg. And so to advance your business and rank to Emerald, you need to have a coach on each leg. So you're going to sign up one. So you can have control, just so you guys know, if you want to put your credit card on anyone's account, it has to be either a parent, a spouse, or a child that's 18 years or older, because that's the only way you can sign them up. Parent, spouse, child. That's it. And if you sign up those people with your credit card, then you have to have a compliance consent form in for them, and that's in the Coach Online office. So otherwise, it's considered what's called bonus buying, and it's not allowed. So when you sign them up, if they're not going to sign up on their own credit card and you're going to put your credit card on theirs, you can only have your name, your credit card on U+2's accounts. That's it. So it's got to be parent, spouse, child. That's it. And I'm telling you this because it will close your business down, because they do audit these all the time to keep our business in good standing. So yes, you have to have one on each leg, and it doesn't necessarily matter what leg for some people. For other people, we generally say to put your spouse on your weaker volume leg, because you'll be contributing to the volume for your spouse. But you can talk to your upline sponsor to find out which leg you recommend. They recommend that you put your spouse on. Okay, so Megan asked, how about finding other people who are coachable and ready to run with a business right out of the gate? That's a really big topic. Okay, so I don't know that there is a set answer for that. It almost goes back to, it's a deeper conversation, which is a conversation I talk about a lot, and that's understanding who you are and understanding what your brand is and running with your brand. Because the only people that are going to want to run with you out of the gate are individuals that are just like you. They have the same hunger, they have the same passion, they're into Beachbody for whatever reason that you're into Beachbody for, and they want this in the same sort of capacity. Like for me, when I started coaching, I was teaching yoga full time, and my back was literally against the wall. I needed something for income, but the majority of women I was reaching out to at the time were just like me. They were yoga instructors, and they weren't really making any money, and they were like helping out with boot camps and doing things on the side and weren't getting paid for it. And so it was really clear at the reason why I loved this. It was like, I can do what I do at my workplace that I don't get paid jack for, and I can create my own little business and get paid better for it and be working how I want to work with people without a corporate structure around it. Meaning, like, you know, where I work, there were certain rules of how we had to lead the classes and stuff. I'm like, this is really cool. I get to put my own stamp on these programs and work with people I love to work with. So I was connecting with other people that were just like me. They wanted the same sort of things. They wanted to earn income. They wanted to help run these groups and that sort of thing. So once you understand who you are, and it doesn't have to be like, I think a lot of people think like, oh, well, Meredith, it's so easy for you because you knew a bunch of yoga instructors. Just so you know, yoga instructors, if you guys are going after yoga instructors, they are like the worst Beachbody coaches, because they're super service driven. So they basically will give you everything for free. They don't, a lot of them don't have like a business thing, and B, they're not fitness people. Like, we do have the yoga studio online now, which is awesome. And I think it helps a lot more yoga teachers want to do this. But originally it was really hard for me to bridge that gap between, you know, a woo yoga teacher and coming in and wanting to run a Beachbody business, because I had to explain to them it wasn't the brand, it was whatever they created. So, you know, nobody has any advantage here, but you need to understand who you are and what your brand is. And when you understand that, you're going to understand who you're talking to. I highly recommend the exercise. I've said it a zillion times. I even said it on the wake-up call that I led about Katie Heifner. It's Katiheifner.
We even did one, Mare. We did one off of Katie's. We did an avatar worksheet based off Katie's in our team calls too, but she has one as well.
Yeah. So they're amazing, right? Like, you guys just need to know who your market is. And then once you know who your market is, it's a lot easier to connect with. Look at baby Kai, is so cute. So I'm like, now I get to see you. Yeah.
Chime in too. It's funny, Megan, that you say that. one of the things Meredith already touched on was the importance of doing personal development. You guys, I have a Tony Robbins coach that I talk to about every 2 weeks. And today I had a call, and that was exactly the point I made. I said, how do you, at this stage in the game, you know, like, I feel like I get people that I really resonate with, but he's like, okay, do you resonate with them? Or are you speaking to a certain part of your journey that maybe wasn't quite ready for what you have now? And maybe you need to change up what you're focusing on and the intention with which you're posting and how you're talking to people. Because if you have a heart, like Meredith was just saying, I'm a nurse, I'm a yoga instructor, I love helping people, but that implies that that person needs a lot of help. And so if you're speaking to them on that level and your focus is flowing there, that means that those are the people that you're going to get, and you're getting exactly what you're asking for, because that's the energy with which you're sending those posts out. So his challenge to me was come up with what it is that you, and he gave me this amazing analogy of one of the women that he's also coaching, and she's a grief counselor, and she was an amazing grief counselor because she lost her husband quite traumatically. And so she decided that her heart was in, thank you, Kai, that her heart was in trying to help others get beyond their grief. And she wrote a book, and she had these amazing, this whole business built up around grief. And then one day she talked to him, she goes, I hate what I do. Like, it's changed gears for me. I'm sick of being surrounded by sad people all the time. And he's like, but that's what you built your business around. And she goes, well, I need to change it. I have this skill set now to be able to reach people at a different level. And I want to use that because I've grown out of that place in my life. So maybe you've grown out of the place that you're comfortable messaging in. And I know that's a challenge for me as well. I need to speak more to the person who is a little bit more evolved into that next level. Because the people that do need your help, yes, they'll be on that journey with you, and maybe someday they'll make great coaches, but in the interim, you're also growing a business now. And so stepping into not only the branding that Meredith is discussing about knowing the person you're talking to, but at what stage in their journey and in their life are you speaking to them at, because it's going to resonate with them on a different level. And his other point to me was being brutally honest, you know, showing with what you're doing, not just the highlight reel of coaching and this lifestyle and the free time, but getting real about, you know, and that's one of the things that I've been doing in our sneak peek with Katie Hefner, who's one of my success partners. We do that in our sneak peeks. We show like, I had a blowout in our diaper on a sneak peek. I'm sitting there and somebody typed blowout and I go, no. And I look down and like, I've got shit coming everywhere. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm like, this is my life building a business online, you know, and you guys hear it, you know, you find the juggle, but people see that. So they don't think, oh, my kid's being fussy. I'm like, yeah, mine too. I didn't sleep last night. Yeah, me neither. You know, like, but I'm here, I show up because this is what I want to do. And I see the bigger reason, and I have the belief that I can make it happen, and it's tangible for me. So I get out there and do it. And he said, I need to be, what his recommendation to me was, I need to be even more visible about that. So think about if you're being visible, showing the work, because if you want somebody that's willing to make it, yes, it's fun. Yes, there's community. Yes, there's perks. But we want hustlers like that have heart, that want this to be a business that they have to earn, you know? Sorry, that's my 2 cents.
That's such good. That is golden is what it is. And the reality is what that brings up for me is one of the things we teach you, right, is we're telling you to show your journey with what happens through your transformation process with your fitness, right? Like that's important to show your journey. But when you're doing that, you're attracting what you're putting out. So if you're showing people that you're like, I just did the 3-day refresh, right? So I was showing people what I ate, how my body was changing over 3 days. So what am I getting now when people reach out to me? I'm getting people that want to do the 3-day refresh, right? If you do a 21-day challenge and you're showing that, if you do an 80-day challenge and you're showing that, what are you going to get? You're going to get people that want to do the 80-day challenge. You're going to get people that want to do the 21-day challenge. But like Jacqueline's saying, if you're showing what you're doing with coaching and you're talking about that, like how you got up every day and you did your personal development, you got on a team call and how inspired you were when you got off your team call, and what you guys are doing tonight. Like you came home from work, and usually I would just sit down and watch television and pour a glass of wine, but I've been so inspired by this crew. I got on this call, you know, and it was super exciting, and I got to hang out with moms that have babies and they're running businesses, and it was just so inspiring and lit my fire. Like when you talk about those things, then you're going to hear people that say, I want to do that thing. Right? So remember, whatever you're putting out is what you're going to get back. And that's essentially what Jacqueline was just saying. I'm just kind of reverbalizing it differently.
And reframe your story. So if you're not getting the result, it's not that there's something wrong with your story. It's that maybe reframe it from the perspective of which you're telling it, because you're at a different place in it now. So it's helpful to know where you started, but it's also, and for you to reiterate that and let that be part of your breadcrumbing process, but it's also helpful to let them know that, yeah, that's where I was. And then I grew into this, and now I'm in this area. And now I'm getting to be on a call that I never would have been comfortable enough speaking on. There's ways to share your story now that attract people at different stages in their life. Because remember, you're trying to get them to see themselves in what you're sharing. And that's really, if you guys haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age, read it, listen to it, live it, love it, learn it. It's very powerful in connecting to the mindset of people that you're trying to communicate with.
Yes. Agreed. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. So that was a good question. So to answer, Megan, how do you find people that want to be coachable and run the business? You start showing the business. You guys need to market the business, and you need to know your brand. So Suzanne asked, she says she wants more accountability for her like walker jogger tracker and her bubble tracker. Yes, you need to go to your upline or to your success partner. That's where you get accountability from. Generally, your upline is probably going to say you need to be linked up with a success partner, because we're all the same. Like I said, like we get on, everybody here is no different than anybody else. Every day I go and I do my phase 1. So I do my invites, my follow-ups, all those things. And if my whole team wants to give me their accountability, I ain't got time for that. Like, we're adults, and the only way you're going to run your business is if you're accountable for yourself. And that's why you get success partners, because your success partner is someone you can say, here's what I'm doing right now. I did my tracker. I talked to 5 people this week. And your accountability partner should say, well, if your goal is to get to diamond, you need to talk to a lot more than 5 people, but that's really where you need to find accountability buddies. But do go to your sponsor coach, because your sponsor coach will generally work with you on that or help you find an accountability buddy. So Jordan said, I have a simple question. What is Share a Cart? It's a great question, because a lot of people don't know, especially if you're a newer coach. Share a Cart is a feature on our website where you can actually build a shopping cart for your clients. It makes the purchase experience really simple for your client, especially now that we have so many different challenge packs and challenge pack options with the mega pack and the completion pack and the 80-day this and the blah, 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 blah. So once you know exactly what your client wants, find out like what flavor of Shakeology or what flavor of performance, find out exactly what they want. You're going to go onto your Coach Online office, not even the Coach Online office. You're going to go to teambeachbody.com, sign in, go to the Coach button. And if you touch the Coach button, it highlights a dealy bob. Jacqueline's going to do it right now. Do you like my word terminology, a dealy bob? You're going to go to Share a Cart, click Share a Cart, and it's going to have you input your customer's information. It does email, first name, last name, country that they're in. And then you have to pick whether you're going to enroll them as a customer or a coach. And so she can't go forward from there without filling all that information in, but you click the yes, I have permission, continue. And then what you'll end up doing is it'll take you to a shop page, and you're just going to fill up their shopping cart for them. At the very end, it has a tool that allows you to send it to them. Like it's a button, it says send it. And then it also says save to clipboard. And I always do save to clipboard. That allows you to like copy paste it, so that in case it gets sent to their junk mail, because you guys, if you're just doing share carts and you're not sending something, right? Like if you're doing a share cart and you're not doing copy to clipboard and personally writing that person a note and saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know, here's your link to enroll. You should have gotten a link from Team Beachbody, but if you didn't, this is where you go to. If you're not doing that, it might not be your clients that are ghosting you. It might literally be going to their junk mail and they think that you've ghosted them. So especially with Yahoo, anything with links, when it comes to Yahoo, Yahoo has tons of blockers, and anything with links in it, a lot of times they block out. So just make sure you're doing copy to clipboard and that you're following up that way. So that is a simple question, but it's an important one. So thanks for asking it.
Can I touch on these next ones?
Yeah.
So Suzanne and Jordan had similar questions. So Suzanne was talking about if somebody's asking about their health issues and they want to share their diet solutions with you, what do you say? And then Jordan had a question about somebody that wanted more information about coaching before and insight into challenge groups. So Jordan, what I've always done in the past, and I have a video that I made, and it was based off a group that I actually ran. I ran like a sneak peek into challenge groups. So, we do sneak peeks into coaching. I did a sneak peek into challenge groups, and I essentially did some screen shares of what's inside a challenge group. And then I encouraged them to use Clean Week. or when it was back in the day, the 2-3 weeks instead of clean week. You give them glimpses if you get enough questions like that. But I would also challenge you to see if you're sharing enough on your social media of what it is you do in a challenge group. If you go to my Instagram stories right now, I give previews of what's in my group. I share with them like what it looks like inside my group. I share with them like comments of what people are saying inside my group. And so if they've been following me on social media, I can always refer them there and say, watch my stories from today, because usually about once a day I share something that's coming out of my challenge group. So use your social media as a visual sneak peek for the world to see what's inside of it. Meredith does a screenshot of where she lists what's included in her virtual wellness studio or her bikini boot camp and what you'll get. Hers says what you'll get. Mine is a little link, and they can click it, and it's a little video that I say, this is what is included when you join my virtual wellness studio. Those are super simple. Set up your camera, talk about what goes on inside your challenge group, do a little screen share preview. But if you do want to host a group and give them that opportunity to do a program with you, that's where I tell people maybe it would be best for you to start as a challenger first and get an opportunity to get, you have to assess people's personalities. Some people are going to be go-getters, and it's great to sign them up as a coach from the start. But other people need that opportunity to go through the process to feel it out. And that might be the difference between them being overwhelmed as a coach and a new challenger versus starting as a challenger, falling in love with the process, and then becoming a rock star coach. So get like comfortable looking at people and not wanting to rush right away to sign up as a coach. That's a great way for them to start, but it's not for everybody. And I had to learn that over the last 4.5 years. And you can burn somebody out if you don't assess their personality correctly from the start and be like, you know what, maybe it's better that you start as a challenger, and this is how we're going to get you started, and chunk it out for them. So have that kind of foresight. And then with the person that, for Suzanne, that shares a lot of their I get this a lot because I'm a nurse and people want to tell me all about their medical history. And to some extent, I mitigated that when I created a jot form similar to Meredith's. I use Typeform, but I asked them, share with me your struggles, and it gives them the opportunity to write it all out. So if somebody starts going on and on and on, I'm like, you know what, can you just fill out my health assessment real quick so I can get some information on you? That shows them that I care, because I know that the people that I'm trying to reach out to, they appreciate that in me, that I want to know that about them. So they fill it out, they can answer to their heart's content, but it saves me in time, because then I'm not sitting there watching 5-minute videos that they want to send me through Messenger, or long voice memos that they want to talk about their life story. I'm like, you know, I really do want to learn more about you. Can you fill out this little health assessment for me so that I can learn about you? And then I can go and I can look at it and I can say, you know what, based on what you shared, I do think that this group is going to help you. I understand you might have tried different diets in the past. What I promote is this. I do that because it works for me because of this. I don't, you know, like, and we don't say that one size fits all as a part of the Beachbody Network, and especially with 2B Mindset coming out to be launched. So I always respectfully say, you know, if it hasn't worked for you in the past, I would encourage you to remain open and try something new. Or if that's working for you and you want to do the workouts, you know, this is what I advocate, and I can only speak to what I know, and this is what I know and I'm comfortable with. And Meredith may have more to add to that, but that's personally how I handle those.
Yeah, so I'll add on to both of those things. So Jordan, about the woman that wants to sit in and see what it's all about, I don't ever have somebody sit in. That doesn't make any sense, because the only way somebody is going to understand it, right? Like the only coach that's going to be successful in this business is a coach who falls in love with Beachbody, the workouts, Shakeology, all of those things. Somebody can be, this happened to me a lot, because again, I came from that yoga background where there'd be some girls that ran boot camps and stuff, and they'd be like, oh, that's cool. I can totally do it and just like do it my way, right? Like I can just like, I'd be so good at this. I can just sell the workouts, and I always work out all the time at the studio. So I don't really need to work out anymore. It's happened to some of my coaches early on that like basically just started slinging challenge packs. And so they made some sales on the front end, but they were never able really to build a business because they didn't really believe in the product. They were just selling people. You know, it's a different thing between, like, I think Megan had asked, like, how do you deal with people that don't want to sell? Like, don't sell. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever selling something to somebody. These are programs that I use and love, and this is how I get my results. And it's exciting for me to share what I'm doing and know that I'm going to be able to help somebody. You know, so if you have somebody join you for free because they want to like peek in at what you're doing to see if it's something that they want to do, the only way I would give somebody a peek in at for free is if they were on a 2-week trial with me. We did a one-on-one call. I set it up just like I would with any other client, where I found out what their struggles were, what they were interested in, what kind of fitness would be good for them. And I had their commitment that they were going to work on themselves for 2 weeks, and then I'd put them in a group. So I actually have, right now, one of the things I offered to get some more interest this month is I said I was going to take on 5 individuals, 5 clients for free this month with a 2-week, like a 2-week opportunity to work with me for free. And so what I'm doing for those 5 essentially is I give them a one-on-one call. And during that one-on-one call, they already fill out my form, right? I have a job form. So here's my process, because Shannon Plumbaum asked my process. If I'm on DM, if I'm on Instagram, first of all, if I'm on Instagram, most of my communication's on DM. And in DM, as soon as I'm talking to someone about the potential of them possibly doing a challenge with me or anything like that, and honestly, I'm planting seeds all the time. Like if I'm just having a casual conversation with a girl, generally it's health related because that's what my Instagram is all about. So it's really easy to turn the conversation there. A lot of times I'll just say, I hope you have an awesome day, and it was really nice to connect, and I hope that you join us for a cleanse or a program sometimes. That's all I do. I drop a little seed and I send them on their way because I know that we're going to be talking more later. If it's someone who did want more information, whether I use Insta stories sometimes to take polls, or I've asked them and I said, hey, have you considered doing the cleanse with us that I'm doing right now? As soon as they say, yeah, can you tell me more about it? The first thing I do is say, of course, do me a favor and fill out this link so that you come to the top of my inbox so that we can set up a call time. Do me a favor and fill out this link so you come to my inbox and we can set up a call time. That way, if they fill out the link, I've got everything I need from my job form, which is their email, their phone number, their struggles, their goals. I know everything that I need to know to get started with them. And I know that they want it because they've, whether they're going to buy it or not is another option, but I know that another thing, but I know that they at least want to hear more. So then I go to my scripts. And my first script says, I'm so excited to connect. I listen to whatever their goal is, and I say, I absolutely know this can help you X, Y, Z. And then I start a very small explanation of whatever we're doing. Like I'm doing what's called the spring rejuvenation right now. So I always say the spring rejuvenation program is, our intention is to focus on X, Y, Z. This is what it looks like. And then I give them bullet points. Here's what to expect over the 14 days. And there's the 5 or 7 bullet points of what they're going to learn. And then at the end of it, I say, if this sounds like something that interests you, please take a moment to answer these 5 questions or 7 questions or whatever they are so that we can get our call time on the books. So when I get their response, it should already have, it's the same questions that are in all the scripts, right? It's, one of them, I think the beginning one I'm using right now says, how do you want to feel in the next 14 to 30 days? What are some of the results that you want to see? And then I have like an ABC, like select one, ABC. And the A is like, I plan to focus on mostly low impact and I want to focus on my nutrition. B is like, I'd like to see some results in the next 14 to 30 days, but I'm just looking to do something like short term. And then C is like, I don't look at this as a 14 or 13 day commitment. I'm looking for something long term, which is lifestyle, fitness, and health. So that's like, I have them pick. And then some of the other ones are like, have you ever used vegan Shakeology before? Have you ever done the 3-day refresh before? Have you ever done a Beachbody challenge before? So those questions are in there. What motivated you to reach out specifically? And then in parentheses, it says like, saw a picture, doctor's orders, blah, blah, blah. If it was specifically about coaching, it might say what's motivating you to coach other people right now, or what inspired you to start your wellness journey. And then at the very end, it says, how will you feel when you reach your goals? That's the last one. And so when they hit me back with that, I hit them back with another email. And again, I'm going to reiterate the call thing. So I'm going to say, thank you so much for getting back to me so promptly. And thank you for being so open with your answers, because that helps me so much. And then the email is standard. And then it says, let me cover a few things so I can ensure that you know what you're getting and what your investment is. And then it's bullet points, this time with pictures. So it says whatever, this is what you're going to get for blah, 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 blah. This is how I'm going to support you. It's maybe 3 sentences. And then it's like 7 bullet points. And it says like, number 1, you're going to get access to Beachbody On Demand. And I have a link to a video I filmed right here on Zoom and posted on YouTube that walks them through how to use Beachbody On Demand. So one is, here's how to use Beachbody On Demand. Number 2, you're going to get a box or bag of Shakeology. Number 3, you're going to get containers. Number 4, you're going to get loops and sliders. Number 5, you're going to get an upgrade to coach for free. Number 6, you're going to get my additional things that I offer. And number 7, you can do the optional cleanse. And then I show them a picture of exactly what they're going to get. And then underneath it, I go through pricing. And I say, all of this together is a $280 value. It's bundled right now for $180. If you don't need the loops and sliders, it's $160. If you want the 3-day refresh, it's an additional $60, because that's what I'm talking about right now. So I go through it and I list the prices, but I don't put a dollar sign in front of the price. I just leave it because that's like a psychological thing. I just leave it the numbers. And then the very last thing says, it reminds them that there's a money back guarantee on everything. It says, just so you know, there's a 100% money back guarantee, bottom of the bag guarantee on everything. So if you do the program for 30 days and decide it's not for you, you can send all of it back and get your full refund, but nobody ever does. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to get great results and you're going to love it. If this looks like a fit for you, tell me which option you want. And I list it A, B, C, D, E. And then I say, if you have any questions or hesitations, let me know so I can address those. And let's get our call time on the books now. What's the best time to reach you? And what time zone are you in? I think that's actually in my questions earlier. Like, what's the best number and time to reach you at, and what time zone are you in? Because I want to get them on the phone. Like, if there's hesitations, I want them to say, yeah, I don't know. Or, I want to have that call time on the books already. So that's basically my process. And most of the women that I sign up, we do talk before I sign them up. Like I'd say 95% of the women I sign up, we talk. We get on the phone and I say, why don't we just talk for 15 minutes? What time do you have available? Great. And then I get on the phone and I think Jordan, didn't we talk before you signed up? Like, I talk to everyone before they sign up, and all that does is give them a sense of trust and stability and let them understand, like, I can be on the phone with them, answer any of their questions, calm their mind, let them know they're overthinking it, let them know it's hey, just start here. It's super easy. I was on the phone today. So going back to the beginning, how I'm offering 5 slots for free. This is what happens when I offer my 5 slots for free. I tell people why they don't want it. So when somebody says, hey, I'm kind of interested in that thing that you offered. I saw you said you were taking 5 clients. Can you tell me more about it? I say, absolutely. Fill out my form, send it to me so you come to my inbox and we can book a call time. It's the first thing I do. I go through the script, same script. It says, hey, I'm so excited to connect with you. Generally, they've told me something in there like, I'm on a financial restraint, or these are my goals. And I'll address those and say, I have 2 things available right now. One is I have my completely free 2-week trial program, or the other thing is what you're seeing me post on Insta stories about, and that's my full program. Let me share with you the difference between the 2. So the first thing I do is share the big kahuna, right? Like, this is what you get. This is the amazing stuff. It's a $180 value with a money back guarantee. And then if you don't want that, I am taking on to 5 people for free. But the reality is you're not going to get any of that. You don't go in the cleanse group. You don't get the cleanse. You don't get that same guidance. You're going to get access to the workouts, and we'll do one-on-one call, but you're not going to get the same results. So if there's usually they're like, okay, can you get on the phone with me and explain these? Because they're usually confused. And so then I get on the phone and I say, here's the thing. Anybody that takes number 2, anyone that opts to do the free thing, in 2 weeks, they always say, I wish I would have just made the investment sooner and got started sooner, because now I just feel like at 2 weeks in, I'm just finally going to be able to get started. So it's like they lose time. And I tell them that you're going to lose 2 weeks by not investing in yourself now. Like, make the investment and send it back in 2 weeks if you don't love it. But don't waste time. Like, if you're going to invest 2 weeks of your energy into a program, like, do it right so you get a result, Like, so when you get someone on the phone, then you can battle that hesitation. And I would say 95% of the time, they're going to opt for the paid program. They're going to say, okay, well, I'll do the paid thing and just return it. If there's any hesitation, they can absolutely do 2 weeks for free. Absolutely. And during that 2 weeks, I'm going to treat them with the same respect I would give any of my paid clients. So they know I'm good for it. They know I'm value driven. They know that they're going to be coached. And at the end of the 2 weeks, that's it for them. I tell them hey, you have an option now. And they know from the front end, at the end of the 2 weeks, it's over. So at the end of the 2 weeks, you have that option to either upgrade, stay with us and move forward, or you can do what you want to do, but you're on your own. You're not in my groups. I'm not coaching you. That's on you. So I let them know on the front end, that's how that's going to work. So even if they go for 2 weeks and they love it, they're going to end up upgrading within that 2 weeks, So that's my whole process, Shannon. And I think that answers the majority of the questions, because I know it's the end.
There's a way to, and I do the same thing Mara does, but there's something to be said too that I started doing in the last year while I was pregnant, because there were a lot of moms that were apprehensive to jump all the way in. And so I had a bulk of people that were asking me the same thing over and over. So what I decided to do was host an ongoing free group where if they do the free 2 weeks, if they do use the clean week, I salt and pepper stuff in there, but what I do use that group for is now they're my captive audience, and I say in there all the time, hey, this is what I'm doing in my virtual wellness studio. If you guys decide you want to join over, so they still see me, I'm still engaging with them, because sometimes they'll catch me on social media, but I know if they're in that group and they see me adding value, they're like, well, shit, if this is her free group that she keeps checking into a couple times a week, I can only imagine what I'd get if I was a part of her actual group. And I do the same flow that Meredith talked about, where she bulks it out, like this is what you get if you get everything, the big kahuna, the less, and the free, and I walk her through the same thing. But you can also do, like, if you want to theme it, it can be, mine's pregnancy related or like mama related, but you could do one that's like a free group, that personal development, like mindset related or quick recipes. And then every once in a while you just drop something in there, like once or twice a week, so that they keep hearing from you. And then you use that as your like showcase place to say, hey, but in my group, this is what we're doing. And these are the results coming out of the other group. These are my mamas that are actually jumped into a program that are getting their postpartum transformations now. And they see the difference in what's going on in that group and how much more accountability they'll get in the other one. So there's different ways to do it. There's no one right way, but find what works with your people, and that's going to resonate.
For sure. And if you guys aren't using the power of freemiums, I mean, that's essentially what Jacqueline is. She has a long-term free group, right? She has a long-term freemium, and freemium is free premium. So you're adding value, right?
It's actually grown so much in popularity that now Facebook promotes my freemium for me. Like, I have people request to join my freemium, and I have questions set up to ask them, where did you learn about my freemium? And it's like, oh, Facebook just recommended this group to me. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, here, fill out my free health assessment and I will get back to you. And then they're like, okay, great. I'm like, how far, my assessment is like, how far along are you, or are you postpartum? And it's specific to me, but I put so much in it. I branded it. It's called Rockin' Your Bump and Beyond. And I don't make anybody have anything to get in there except for them to answer my questions and them to access Clean Week so that they can start sampling what it is I offer. But that's a big deal in expanding my reach.
Yes. You guys should have a free group that you're adding lots of value to, because then you can transport people from that group to your paid groups. Okay, so that's going to be a wrap for tonight, because we're already over our hour time slot, and I want to respect everyone's time. Thank you guys all for getting on tonight. If there were any questions that were not answered, you can ask them in the team page, and we'll be happy to address them there. Thank you, Jacqueline. You're always a godsend to help with this call, because I'm just a hot mess in a dress today. I'm actually not in a dress, but I'm just a hot mess. So I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys didn't think I was yelling at you. Sometimes I think when I'm like really like crazy, like when my VOTS is going bananas and I'm wild and passionate, I get a little hollery. So I'm really sorry if it came across that way. All right, I'm gonna love you guys and leave you guys and get this recording up. Have a great night, and I'll see some of you in Mexico in like 13 days, and the rest of you I'll see on our team call next week. Bye, guys.